Hello and welcome to this edition of Be Accountable with our resident accountant, Rose Linder. And I am LeeAnn Miley, the founder of the Sovereign Stylist, and I'll be your host today. While you're here checking us out, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe button down below. We'll be talking about salon pricing. So the first thing is we are going to give some pricing formulas. So if you want to go grab a pen and paper right now while we go over the tips, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll share it in the comments and it will be available on our website, which is thesovereignstylist.org. Tip number one, pulling numbers out of thin air for pricing makes it pretty much impossible to know what you are if you are making any money or not. There is a methodology to setting salon prices. Guessing will almost guarantee that you will not make money. So that's pretty important, is to put thought behind your prices.
Right. Yeah, it's not a guessing game either. Don't go by what you think it should cost or what, somebody else down the street is charging. You really need to go through, figure out your costs, figure out what you want to make and charge accordingly.
Use a salon pricing template to stick with a pattern when setting prices. A realistic price means that you are aware of the direction of your salon, the expenses you face, the resources you have, and the financial goals that you want to reach. Don't set prices the same as your competition because that won't encourage clients to choose you over others. Come up with your own and use a realistic pricing structure.
Again, really good points, but another really good one is don't run to Facebook and ask other people. They don't know your circumstances. They don't know, where you live, kind of the overall pricing of the area, what kinds of services you offer, what products you use. Some of you are using some top shelf hair color that costs twice as much as the salon down the street. You're not going to have the same price.
Well, and that's comes back to, like, you should not be trusting your finances to some random stranger scrolling through Facebook. Stylists and salon owners don't even have their own prices right. Do your research. You need to look into how the general market is performing for your geographic area. Every part of the nation faces inflation at some point, so try to keep up with the latest news in terms of the economy. During inflation, the cost of the products you need to run your services may rise, which means that you need to adjust your prices too.
Yeah. Sometimes we spend too much time focusing on the nits and gnats instead of paying more attention on how much time and effort is involved. Your expertise is going to also dictate how much you should charge for something. So maybe you're charging the same price as Mary down the street, but Mary takes twice as long to do the same service as you. Again, you have to really dive into, your level and your products and your areas of expertise.
So pricing low is not a mistake as long as you do it a smart way. When you are new in the beauty industry or have just moved to a new geographic area, you can opt for this strategy to help gain a reputation. Penetrating the market with a low pricing list is a common strategy used in other industries besides ours, but it might have its own repercussions in the long run. Once clients are accustomed to your salon's low prices, when you raise them so that you can become profitable, you might lose your clients. But when you lose clients, you're also making room for those clients who are willing to spend that money on your services.
Right. So, and then on the flip side is don't listen to people who say don't ever give discounts. If you know in your heart of hearts that giving a referral discount, let's say it's $5 off the next service of $50 or more or something, if you know that's going to get some more clients in your chair and you need more clients in your chair, go for it. We just don't want you to underprice yourself permanently, like on your price list. And we don't want you to just randomly discount people. Some people, in order to try to get sales at the end of the year, will do 25% off or something, but then you're not making any money on the product. So if they only buy from you when you're not going to make any money, there's really kind of no reason to do.
Try to please your clients to create loyalty, and the profits for your salon will be maximized shortly. The best thing that you can do is keep them coming back. So pre-book them before they leave. Give them reason to just keep coming back and to refer you to their friends and family.
Additionally, offering promotions is a great way to get additional business. So if you're offering, a free hair wash with every haircut, it can get people in the door for the haircut, and hopefully, you wow them with your customer service, and then they keep coming back.
Okay, so now is the time that everybody came here for and is waiting for, and these are the formulas that we came up with. Now, if you don't understand this, and it might be easier to read, we will be posting links to our website so that you can go check them out yourself. We're going to start with how to calculate what you should charge by the hour. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to come up with what is called your operating cost. So first, in this step, calculate what you spend on the following business expenses for a year. That would be your reoccurring expenses, which are the expenses that you will need to pay either monthly or annually. This is like rent, licenses, permits, your salary. Yes, don't forget to include your salary. If you have employees, their employee wages, taxes, self-employment, employee taxes, taxes collected from retail, technology, like your booking software, your accounting software, subscriptions to trade groups, your Sovereign Stylist subscription, magazines, podcasts, and music, memberships to like trade groups, associations, the Chamber of Commerce, insurance, liability, health, and half of your auto if you are if you're traveling.
I would prefer if they used mileage, because that way you can pinpoint, accurate, show what you used your car for and why. So you did 70 miles and federal rate right now is 58.5 cents a mile. It's actually a pretty good rate. And it does include gas, oil changes, tire rotations, all of that kind of good stuff.
Okay. Credit card processing fees, marketing, whether that's Facebook ads, promotional materials, or business cards. So you're going to add all of that up. Then you're going to also add up your occasional expenses. These are the one-offs or the unexpected expenses that happen sporadically. Like if you have to get new equipment, salon chairs, a stool, a station, fatigue mats, your tools, shears, curling irons, clippers, all of it. Your supplies like towels, brushes, tent bowls, bobby pins, cleaning products. We have a list that you can to help you make sure that you do not miss out on anything on when we put this on our website. Professional services like shear sharpening, lawyer fees, accountant fees, web design, classes or certifications that you take, and your retail stock. So take that and you're going to get a grand total. Divide your grand total by 12, and this equals your monthly operating cost. So put that number to the side for a second. The next step is going to be your available time. So add up all the hours that you are available to work for the month. For this example, we're going to assume that you scheduled your availability for 40 hours a week. So take 40 times 4.33. If you open your schedule up for 40 hours a week to take your appointments, would be 40 times 4.33. You're going to want to exclude some time for redos. Just kind of figure out how much time how many redos you may have had last year. Your break-even point is going to be divide your operating costs, which was the first number we came up with, by your available time, which is the next number that we just came up with. This is how much you have to generate in order to break even. Now, to make a profit, you're going to multiply your break-even point by 2, and this is going to be your operating rate, your hourly rate. So now, how do you calculate your price per service? First, you're going to figure your service times. List all of the services you offer and estimate how long it takes you to complete each service. Multiply these times by your hourly rates that we just figured. The next step is you are going to list all of the supplies used to complete each service. Some of the examples that you will need to calculate might be, how much does 1 ounce of color and developer cost you? How many ounces of color are included in an all over color? How much does 1 ounce of lightener cost you? How many ounces of lightener are included in a balayage? How much does it cost you to add Olaplex into a color or a lightener? How many foils do you use on average for an all over foil? And how much does each foil cost? Break this all down, because if you don't break this all down, you could not be charging enough.
Yeah, you could be costing yourself money.
Yes. So you're going to take the cost to perform each service and multiply it by the industry average markup on supplies, which is around 35%.
So just to be clear, you're going to take that cost and you're going to multiply it by the number 1.35.
Then you are going to add your service time, which was the first number we came up with, to your cost of service, which is the next number that we just came up with. And that is going to be how much you should charge per service. The next thing you can do is also shop around and look at what your competitors are charging to see if you are within the same range. That doesn't mean charge exactly what they are charging. It means to play in the ballpark of what they are charging.
Right.
So then the last thing that we're going to cover is how to raise prices. And you're going to need some of your numbers that you came up with before. You're going to need your current operating costs. So you need to go back through and recalculate your reoccurring and occasional expenses for the month.
Using that first calculation we did again, way back at the beginning of the calculations.
You want to do this about every 6 months. Then you're going to calculate the hours that you are available for appointments. Maybe in the last 6 months, you changed the hours that you're available for appointments because you have to take kids to soccer practice or for whatever reason. Maybe you added hours because you just had so many appointments to try to fill. So then you're going to divide your new operating cost by your available time. And this is how much you have to generate in order to break even. So kind of see, is this number close to what you figured 6 months ago? In order to make a profit, you're going to multiply your break even point by 2. And this is your hourly rate, your new hourly rate. And then to get a whole new price for service, you're going to, or to up your price, you're going to multiply your hourly rate by 10 to 15%, which is the industry standard on how much we raise our prices each time. We don't just go across the board and add $5 to everything, because you might be yourself short, or you might be raising prices that don't need to be raised yet.
Right. So again, multiply, you're going to take that hourly rate and you're going to multiply it by 1.1 for 10% or 1.15 for 15%.
And like I said, these can be confusing to listen to me and Rose say these formulas. So they will be available on our website. We'll post the links in the comments. And if you guys have any questions about pricing, make sure that you reach out to us. Rose is in the group quite often. And then obviously myself or any of the other Sovereign Stylist team.
Yep.
So
then another little cheat that I would like to point out is if you've been in business more than a year and you keep track of your expenses regularly, just take that dollar amount out of your spreadsheet from the last year and divide it by 12. It's going to give you a really good accurate picture of the last year's worth of expenses and what they cost you every month.
Correct. Yeah.
But again, because some things are annual and some things are quarterly and some are semi-annual, you want to take the full 12 months, add them all up, divide it by 12 to get that average monthly cost.
Yeah, because then you're going to spread that cost
Yep.
out over all 12 months.
Yep.
So thank you very much, Rose. We hope we didn't confuse you guys too much. Please let us know if you have any questions. And we look forward to presenting you with some more business bookkeeping type tips next time on Be Accountable.
Have a great day.
Thank you.